your mentality when you scored? Did you think, "Oops"? What was going on in your mind? I know Coach talked about wanting to say, "Get down, get down." No, but what were you thinking?
So we was coming out of a timeout, and he told me, he kept saying, he was like, "Get the first down and stay in bounds. Get the first down, stay in bounds. Get the first down, stay in bounds." So he never told me like get down. So it never like even crossed my mind to like even go down. I just tried to stay in bounds, and it just popped.
You predicted it?
No, but I heard Malik Davis did on the sideline. I did not predict it.
Kyle, just a quick comment on his performance, if you would.
He's definitely, led us to the win at the end of the game. I think that just comes from his preparation throughout the week. All three of those guys, Feleipe, Kyle, and Emery, they all get the same reps throughout the week, and just to kind of make sure that that they're prepared, because you never know what happens within a football game. And from the offensive perspective, O-lines, receivers, running backs, we get reps with all those guys throughout the week. So if something does happen, we'll be comfortable when the change does happen. Because then it just feel like practice with quarterback switching. It is nothing that we haven't, experienced before. And, Kyle was able to come in and execute at a high level and lead us to the win.
After the play, he was trying to come up to you on the sideline. Looked like you weren't even hearing him then either.
I heard him. I told him, nothing I can do now. Defense got to go win us the game again. So, I don't know. There's not much I could really do after the fact. But, it's just something you learn from. I'll probably be more thoughtful of it if I'm ever in this situation again, just to, probably go to, the 5-yard line and just get down.
And then that specific play, is that something that would have went to Kadarius, and is that something that you took on?
Probably, yeah. I probably would have went to Kadarius. It's been probably KT play for, since they've been here. And, just that he's, went down and, guys have had to step up and be able to do those things. I've always practiced it, since the staff has gotten here, just throughout practice. I've always repped it, so it's not my first time ever doing it. But, now that, Kadarius is down, somebody had to just step in and do it, and I obviously got to step in and do it.
Feel good to deliver with your number called, and how do you feel like both you and Freddie played in that slot? He had 4 catches and a touchdown.
I think we did fairly well, just being able to get open and be an outlet for the quarterback in, critical situations when we needed to. And, just play at a high level when, our number was called. And, Freddie did a really good job of, catching bubbles, getting open over across the middle a couple of times and some big critical moments when we needed it. So, just continue to grow, continue to prepare, and continue to try to make plays for the offense in the future. That's what we're going to try to do.
What strikes you about Kyle and his abilities?
I think he was very decisive. I think he came into the game and, he was able to, he knew where he was going to go with the ball, and there was no, second guessing about should I do it not. He was, he got the ball out pretty quick, and he wasn't afraid to, let it sling a little bit. And Coach Mullen did a good job, keeping calls pretty simple. Letting the first play him come out, throw a hitch just to kind of get warmed up and get a feel for the game. And I think it was, he came out and played at a really high level, just being able to execute and be really decisive on where he wanted to go with the ball.
And then through 3 games, this team's been pretty resilient in the opener and obviously Saturday night. Do you have anything you put your finger on as to how this team has grown into that, win it counts, when it matters kind of?
I think, just putting emphasis on, some of our games last year. I want to say last year, the Kentucky game, we was in the same situation, down by a point. And, had to go find a way to win. And I think towards the end of the year, we started to grow as a team and really come together and, learn how to win those games when things are gritty and things get tight in the fourth quarter and we need to make those plays to win the game. And I think we've just been able to just keep propelling that through this year, and it's been good for us. And, we started off 3-0.
Josh, how would you say Kyle Trask is as a passer? How do you think he differs from Feleipe Franks?
I want to say, Feleipe has a really strong arm. Kyle's arm isn't as strong, but I think Kyle definitely isn't afraid to throw the ball. I want to say he's probably just a little bit more decisive than Feleipe can be at times. I think that's probably the biggest difference between the two. And he doesn't run as much. So Feleipe will tuck it and run. Kyle probably won't tuck it and run as much as, Feleipe would. And, But I mean, both guys, Coach Mullen does a good job of putting them in the situations that they do well at, knowing that Kyle's probably more of a, gunslinger guy than Feleipe is, because Feleipe will tuck it and run when he needs to. And, just calling those plays to help Kyle excel when he needs Kyle to, make plays for us.
Obviously, Feleipe is a very vocal leader out there for you guys. He seems to really take command. How is Kyle different in that way? Do you see him change as the game went on and he got more comfortable?
Kyle can definitely speak up too. Kyle's not afraid to speak up and lead the guys when he has to. Kyle wants to make plays. Kyle wants to win. So, when his numbers call, he's going to be that leader for the offense to try to, get things rolling. And you could see it throughout the game. He was just getting more confident, making checks, calling things, trying to get guys going to make those plays. And, he did a really good job, and he was able to help us come out with the win. And, just this week, he'll continue to prepare to try to get better, and we'll continue to prepare, kind of learn the things that he's like from a receiver standpoint, just to continue to grow into being a big-time offense to try to make plays for him.
Some quarterbacks throw what they call a catchable ball. How would you describe the ball that Kyle throws to you?
I think all our quarterbacks throw catchable balls. I don't think any of them are not catchable. Kyle's definitely has, I would say, a little bit more touch on it than Feleipe's does, because Feleipe has a stronger arm. So, but I think they all throw catchable balls. Like I said, we rep with those guys day in and day out so many times that at this point, like as a receiver, we don't really even kind of know who's throwing it. The ball just comes and we try to catch it and make the play.
Coach Mullen said that they're going to play both quarterbacks on Saturday. How much are you looking forward to seeing how that works out, and how do you think it will work out?
I think it'll work out well. I think, both guys will be prepared. Emory obviously brings a different aspect to the game with his running ability, and, that'll be something big for our offense, just to have that, dynamic and be, causing defense to have to adapt to different things within a game. And, I think it'll be a lot harder for a team to game plan against, the two of them, just to, prepare for one of them. So just knowing that we'll be able to use both of those guys this weekend, and, they'll both be prepared and ready to make plays for us on offense.
At the end of last year, obviously, Feleipe had a strong finish to the season, established himself as a starter. Did you and your teammates expect Kyle to leave, especially knowing he was going to graduate?
Nah, we didn't expect Kyle to leave.
Why not?
Just, he loves the university. He loves being here. You never get a sense from Kyle that he didn't want to be here. He loves his teammates. He loves his program. He's been all in since day one. So I think that's just been the biggest thing for us, knowing that, he loves where he's at. I never got that feeling that Kyle was ever going to leave, just because how he bought into it, even, with Feleipe being the starter. He still bought into it, still tried to help Feleipe as much as he can, because Kyle's just a guy that just wants to try to help his team win and be a part of something special. So.
But because he plays quarterback and he was a graduate transfer, was that a pretty unique decision that he made?
It's definitely unique. I don't think you have much of that, around anymore, especially with the new transfer portal and stuff. Guys up and leave, quick. But, special for Kyle, to finally get a chance to get out there and play and, make the plays that he needed to make, and kind of get his name out there and, be a big-time guy for our program on Saturday.